Digicel Summer Rush.
Nobody's doing it big like Digicel this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more and collect the letters to spell the word RUSH for a chance to win one of 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs. Yes, you heard it right. 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs.
Driving style for the summer. Hey, Digicel Summer Rush.
Start topping up now.
Guyana, please join me on the Glenn Lal Show, 99.1, 99.5 FM, Kaieteur Radio, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7:20 p.m., and a rebroadcast of the next day at 11 a.m., just in case you missed that program.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening, welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Without further ado, let's get to the news in detail. Since issuing its invitation in April for interested companies to submit bids to audit ExxonMobil's 2018 to 2020 costs, 5 entities come forth in hopes of being selected for the job. These companies are Bayface Oil and Gas Consultants, Rosa Correa, and Associados, in partnership with Swall House Partners, Gaffney Klein and Associates in partnership with Squire Patton Boggs, Calendar Law Firm, and Ecklisser Financial and Professional Services. Upon a preliminary review of the companies vying to verify ExxonMobil's costs, Kaieteur has discovered that at least 2 out of the 5 interested companies and/or their primaries are associated with the U.S. oil giant. One would recall that in January of 2020, Bayface, a company headquartered in the United Kingdom, was hired under the former APNU-AFC administration to review the field development plans for Payara, Exxon's 3rd development offshore Guyana. During that same period, we had reported that the company was not only a client of ExxonMobil, but even a number of its primary contractors are working in Guyana. And moving on, according to international media house The Guardian, Italy could be forced to pay millions of pounds in damages to a UK oil company after banning new drilling near its coast. This perplexing occurrence was made possible by an obscure legal mechanism which allows fossil fuel companies to sue governments. The suit against the Italian government follows the passage of laws to protect the environment and has sparked outrage amid fears that such cases are slowing down action on the climate crisis. The media house notes that there had already been a wave of opposition to the project, with protests that drew tens of thousands of people. Within 2 years, the campaign won over the Italian parliament, which imposed a ban on oil and gas projects within 12 nautical miles of the Italian coast. And moving on, a 28-year-old mother of 6 who reportedly spent 1 month in jail for not paying a total of $550,000 in child support is now seeking a job to cancel the owed debt. Baby Ali is a resident of Beehive on the east coast of Demerara and was only released from prison last Thursday. Scared to return to jail, the woman is desperately looking for a job so that she can earn some money to pay off the owed child support. The mother of 6 told reporters yesterday that she previously worked as a domestic worker and would accept any similar job she can find at the moment. Questioned by reporters as to how she ended up in such a situation, the woman claimed that 5 years ago she decided to end a relationship with her husband after enduring years of abuse. The relationship they had shared produced 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. In other news, while waiting on transportation to go about plying his trade, a fisherman was beaten and robbed by one of 3 suspects. According to a police report, the 42-year-old was at Unity Junction, East Coast Demerara, at 5 hours on Saturday. At the time, the man noticed a red motor car with 3 occupants approaching him. One of the occupants exited the vehicle and was armed with a steel bar. The suspect then snatched the victim's Samsung A10 phone from him before delivering several lashes about the man's body and head. The suspects immediately fled the scene. One of the 3 suspects, known as Thick Slice, was contacted and arrested while checks are being made for the other 2. In other news, a Venezuelan national with Guyanese roots was yesterday found dead in an alleyway located in Albertown mere hours after he had reportedly gotten into an altercation with a group of men at the Rio nightclub. The dead man has been identified as 32-year-old Ian Singh, better known as Caracas, of Cumming Street, Georgetown. His remains were found just around 6 hours, shirtless and lying in a pool of blood with multiple injuries to the head and about his body. It is believed that Singh might have died from multiple stab wounds he possibly received from his killers. So far, police are still to arrest a suspect or suspects in the case. Nevertheless, based on preliminary investigations conducted, it is believed by detectives that his killing might have stemmed from an altercation he had at the nightclub. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Coming up at 19 hours 20 is the Glenn Lal Show, Tell It As It Is. And right after your evening news is a short presentation from the publisher of the Kaieteur News, Mr. Glenn Lal, on the oil and gas sector in Guyana. Remember, if you've missed any of these presentations, there is an entire playlist right on our YouTube channel at Kaieteur Radio. So do stay tuned.